Hey everybody, I know it's late, but I hope you're enjoying your MLK day. Welcome to my channel. I am SamIAm and you're watching SamIAmTarot. If this is your first time here, welcome, and if not, welcome back. I wanted to do something a little bit similar to the last reading that I did, where I did a reflection of the divine feminine and divine masculine energies, but I wanted to do an entire reading with seeing if the energies, how they are similar and how they are different from each other. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I hope that you all are well, and I'm looking forward to this reading actually very much. Let me get some sage. Like I said, I hope everyone is doing well. Let's light some sage in this piece. Y'all, I wanted to do a reading so bad last night, but I felt horrible, for lack of a better word. I mean, I don't know if it was something I ate. I don't know if it's still symptoms of COVID. I don't know what it was. I just know that it was not a good time for your girl. But I'm happy that I feel so much better today. So here we are, going to do a reading. All right, y'all, I love the images on these cards. They give me life. All right. And I keep saying, I love the way that Palo Santo smells. It is an amazing fragrance. Okay. Let's get some going over here with these. Thank you, Spirit. Give you guys blessings to the readers, to, well, myself and you if you're a reader. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for your love, your protection, and your guidance. Just put this in here with that. All right. I picked up the masculine cards first, so I'm going to start with the masculine energies, and then we'll go into the feminine energies. All right, Spirit, what messages would the masculines like for the feminines to know about where they are right now, where their headspace is, how they're feeling spiritually? Wow, that was a lot. Okay, no, it's a lot. Spirit, what messages does the masculine want to say to the feminine about where they are, how they're feeling, what headspace they're in? Well, at least we know they do want to talk, so that's a good sign. So they're feeling abundant. I'm feeling like some of them are feeling very hopeful about their future. They're feeling flow. So I feel like some of them are feeling like they're feeling opportunistic. They're feeling like opportunities are coming in for them. I feel like they are feeling like there's been some veils lifted, some spells that have been broken. I feel like this wanted to come, it flipped like this. But I don't read these cards in the reverse, but Spirit says to take it in the reverse, the way it came out. So I feel like the masculines may have been experiencing some rage and anger, and they're coming out of that, and from that they're experiencing wisdom. They're tapping into their wisdom. They're tapping into I feel like they're gaining a higher understanding of all of this. I feel like the masculines still, in large part, don't necessarily believe or understand the twin flame journey, but they do know that there is something special between the two of you, between himself and the feminine. And so they're feeling, they're starting to tap into that feeling and not fighting it so much. I feel like a lot of them were almost like in a denial about how they were feeling, and they're coming out of that and they're ready to communicate. So a lot of them are ready to talk. Uh-oh. I'll take this one because it flipped over. Cycles. So I feel like a lot of them are understanding that a lot of what has happened with this journey, that it had to happen, and it came out anyway. Inquiry. So a lot of them are curious as to where you are, what headspace you're in. They're actually starting to sleep better. I feel like a lot of them have been having issues with sleep in the past, and they're ready to take action and feeling like they're coming into balance. So I feel like a lot of them are ready to take action. A lot of them are feeling more in balance. Like I said before, they're coming out of, instead of being, and I feel like a lot of the anger and rage was not, it was about the feminine, but it wasn't. And what I mean by that, I feel like it was, some of it was based in confusion because they didn't understand why they felt this way about the feminine. I feel like there was a lot of anger about so many things. Like some masculines were angry about the fact that they stayed away from the feminine for so long, angry about the fact that they mad that some of them are just mad that they're mad. Like they were like, what, why have I been mad at this? Like, why have I been fighting this for so long? Like, what was I afraid of? I feel like a lot of them are just coming out of this, like, why was I fighting this? What was I fearing? Okay. 2 more cards, Spirit. 2 more cards for the masculine. What else does the masculine want to say to the feminine, Spirit? What else does the masculine want to say to the feminine? What else does the masculine want to say to the feminine? Yeah, their discovery. I feel like they're discovering new things about themselves. understanding more about themselves. A lot of them are, I feel like a lot of them are getting answers in their sleep. A lot of them are having very vivid dreams. And that's what's making them want to come in and talk to you. A lot of them are wanting to tell you about these dreams that they're having. Organization. So now I feel like a lot of them are putting all of this together. I saw this on the bottom of the deck before, war, and I feel like for a lot of them, they feel like this is like a battle that they're going through, like a personal battle. And for some of them, it might be, they might feel like it's like a personal war that they've been experiencing with them, with themselves, and maybe some of them with the people around them that have been trying to keep them stuck in old patterns, in old beliefs, in old relationships. And so I feel like a lot of the masculines are coming out of that now, no longer wanting to be stuck, for lack of a better word. They're not holding on to those beliefs anymore. They're daring to come out of that and discovering new ways of believing, new ways of feeling, of being. And I feel like a lot of them are learning to balance out the feminine and masculine side. So, and I feel like some of them are picking up on the energy from you, feminine, because the feminines are starting to do the same thing. You know, while they're learning to be more vulnerable, you're learning to be more take charge and not be so reliant on the masculine's energy to get you through, because because a lot of you are in separation. You are starting to do more things on your own and think outside the box and start that new business, and you know, just think more about solely about your own happiness and what that means. Okay, that's right. So secrets revealed, like I just said. So a lot of the feminines, okay, where are we gonna put these? We're gonna put these right here. Okay, so a lot of the feminines, okay, so maybe I should move this out of the way, put this up here. All right, works out perfectly. Okay, so the feminines are feeling like a lot of secrets are being revealed. So they're, like I said, they're starting to understand their purpose. They're coming into their power and feeling more in control of their own destinies, and not feeling like it's so it's not solely reliant on what the masculine has going on, or what the masculine is doing, or how they feel. Right, awakening. I feel like this is in line with the masculines also, like with their discovery. They're coming into this understanding of themselves and feeling more at peace, and understanding that by having this connection with the masculine, that they have to gain more control of themselves and of their own emotions. So, you know, congratulations to you both for coming into this understanding. You know, that if you want to be together, you have to come into this connection as a whole person, you know, completely understanding yourself and understanding that your happiness is your own responsibility. And having someone else in your life just adds to that. It doesn't, you know, right. So liberation, a lot of you are finding that it's been very liberating. It's been very freeing to come to this understanding, like, oh my God, you know, I don't have to be, I don't have to wait for somebody else to be happy for me to be happy. A lot of times for myself, I would get into relationships in the past, and if the other person wasn't happy, I wasn't happy, you know, or I lived my entire existence was wrapped up around what they had going on. And then when the relationship fell apart, I had nothing to show for it. You know, it was like I had devoted my entire self to this other person and forgot that, you know, I needed to live. And they weren't invested in me either. So they didn't care that I was so wrapped up in them. They liked that. But then that got, you know, to the point where it was like, okay, I got what I needed from her. I don't, you know, you can go now. So a lot of us are having to, you know, have a soul forgiveness, forgive ourselves for giving up so much of our power to someone else, to other people and other situations. And it's okay. We had to go through that. You know, again, like the masculine is going through those cycles. Those cycles are, some of them for the feminine, a lot of times the feminine goes through these cycles, and we experience this, you know, sooner than the masculine because we start the twin flame journey early. Oftentimes we come into this knowledge sooner than masculines, not always, but a lot of times we do. And so we start these cycles early, but it doesn't mean that we don't still have work to do. You know, that there's still room for us to grow and free ourselves from, you know, old patterns and old belief systems. Surrender. Right. So surrendering to, you know, because I feel like a lot of times in freeing ourselves from old patterns and old beliefs, and sometimes when you're in separation from your masculine, what feminines also, what we often get stuck in is this mode of like, you know, to hell with him. I don't need no man. I'm good. I can do this all by myself. I got me. I'm strong. I can. It doesn't, freeing yourself from old thought patterns doesn't mean that you have to completely let go of the love that you have for your masculine. Yes, free yourself from the responsibility of the outcome of this relationship, but it doesn't mean that you have to like completely just be like, you know, dismiss him completely. You know, you can still have love for your masculine and be a whole person on your own, you know, and wish them well, even if you don't come into right giving and receiving. So you can still, you're still able to, a lot of you are learning right now how to, I can still, you know, extend love to this person. And that's what this journey is all about. It's learning how to, on both ends, it's learning how to give love to another person and receive love from another person without giving up so much of yourself, without having it diminish you. So when you give to someone and they give back to you, you should both be filling each other's cups, right? So that you should both feel full when you are in each other's company, you know. And that doesn't mean that you're both going to always be at the same energy level, because, you know, things happen in people's lives, and there are going to be times where you're going to need to lean on them and they're going to need to lean on you. But it's never a draining situation. It's never a draining relationship. It's always one of reciprocation, resistance. So I feel like some of you are experiencing some resistance. Like some of you might still be trying to fight this giving and receiving because you haven't learned, you haven't liberated yourself. You haven't forgiven yourself from past experiences, from past relationships. So you haven't yet allowed yourself to understand that the relationships that you had in the past, they're not like this one. Or at least they don't have to be. You don't have to be in the same mindset. That even if, you know, the relationship is, you know, you and your masculine are in separation, it doesn't mean that things have to go the same way between the two of you. In a lot of ways, I do feel like you all are mirroring each other. Level up. So I feel like a lot of you are definitely leveling up, definitely wanting to go to the next, and even those of you that are in resistance, I feel like you're still in this headspace because you haven't yet figured out how to come out of this. But I do feel, because you are, because it is the next step for you, because it is something that you want, I feel like those, you will put in the work. I feel a lot of feminines putting in the work to overcome this resistance. I feel like a lot of you are already in the process of, see how she has her arms open, like she's giving, she's letting go of her resistance. She's letting go of this need to, yeah. So I feel like a lot of you are experiencing some storms. So that might be the war that the masculine is going through. There might be things that and that's what's causing you. I feel like for some of you, these storms are things that are separate from your connection with your masculine. They have nothing to do with him at all. But for some of you, I feel like some of you are mirroring his energy, and you're wanting to be in contact with him, and not hearing from him causes you to feel, emotional. It's making you feel, I feel like sometimes you might go back into this resistance phase of like, like, I don't even want to, forget this. Forget about this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be on this journey. And that's natural. I feel like, don't fight those times when they do come, but allow yourself to come back into celestial alignment. Allow yourself to not get so far off the path that you forget, where you're headed. You know what I mean? Allow that soul forgiveness of yourself. You're still discovering so much about yourself. There are so many secrets that are still yet to be revealed. Even for those of you that feel like you've learned so much already, there's still so much that you are discovering about yourself. Okay? So don't ever feel like, it's over. See, they have cycles, and you're leveling up. So they're going through cycles just as you're leveling up. Like I said, you're both mirroring each other in some of your actions and the things that you are doing. Miracles. So I feel like a lot of you have already seen things, or you're experiencing things that you were just like, wow, I didn't see that coming. Job opportunities, or maybe, hearing a song from someone that passed, or just different things. I feel like there are things that are tied to, for some of you, a lot of you, I feel like it's tied to money, unexpected money coming in that you didn't see happening, and it came through. And you're like, that was absolutely a miracle that happened, because you were not expecting that at all. Matter of fact, let me plug up my phone, because if this dies and I have to redo this video, I'm gonna be upset. We don't have very much more to go, so it's okay. Okay. All right, what else? For those of you that haven't experienced miracles, be ready for them. And don't be afraid. I feel like some of you, when you think about miracles, you think, someone's going to appear to you, or you're going to it's going to be some kind of booming voice. I feel like for me, spirit appears to me in a way that I can handle, so don't be afraid, feel safe. Spirit is going to, the opportunities that come in, or the things that happen, if you do experience things from a spiritual standpoint, you know, they will make you will feel safe. There won't be anything that will make you feel afraid, because the ultimate goal of spirit is to have you have a closer bond with them, and not one of fear. That won't develop if you're afraid, right? So in a lot of ways, I feel like your intuition is kicking in for a lot of you, because you're tapping into that spirituality. Seasons, cycles, right? So a lot of you, like I said, you're mirroring each other in a lot of ways. For some of you, I feel like spirit is trying to come in and tell you things, and I'm hearing them say, you know, pay attention, pay attention. For some of you, there are things that I mentioned before, songs. I feel like for some of you, your spirit guides are trying to speak to you through songs. There might be a specific flower. I feel like someone is coming into contact with the flower. Somebody offers you a flower that is significant to you. The person who's giving it to you may not know that, but I feel like you're being given a flower. And when you get this flower or this bouquet of flowers or whatever it is, I feel like that's your spirit guide letting you know, I'm here. They're trying to communicate with you. But I'm hearing them say, pay attention, pay attention. I'm also hearing them say not all storms are bad. So just because you see a storm or you hear a storm or you see something coming up, some storms are meant to teach you a lesson. They're just for the experience. Some storms are just for you to appreciate nature. I feel like some of you are supposed to go outside in the rain, or you have gone outside in the rain and you've picked up some kind of message from spirit when you did that. I feel like someone has a close connection with the rain, with water. For the masculines, I'm hearing that you should definitely spend more time. You're not getting enough sleep. I feel like spirit is trying to communicate with you more often through your dreams, because in your awake life, because masculines haven't necessarily tapped into their spirit self as much as the feminines have. They're not allowing it in as much, and I feel like spirit is communicating with you more so through your sleep. So I'm feeling like spirit is saying, like, they want you to get a more restful sleep so that they can communicate more with you that way. But they're letting you know that they're very proud of you for letting go of this anger and rage, this, and I feel like a lot of you needed to forgive yourself as well. So even though it's like a lot of the messages, I feel like some of the things that the masculines are doing are things that the feminines need to do, and vice versa. So in some of the messages where you're not mirroring each other, they are definitely messages. So if you're a masculine and you're watching this, and watch it all the way through so that you can understand that the messages that I read for the feminine, they are also things that you can be doing for yourself, and feminines, vice versa for you. The messages that I gave to the masculine, those are messages for you as well. In a twin flame journey, you are mirroring each other, and you can both be learning the same lessons. There might be things that I said to the masculine that you're like, damn, I need to be doing that. I'm not getting enough sleep. I need to learn. I need to be more balanced in my life. Wow, I really enjoyed this reading, friends. Let's see what we got from the Moonology deck. Let's get one clarifying card from the Moonology deck, and then we'll close this thing out. Okay. Don't let pride get in your way. So, and on the bottom, a new start is coming. So I feel like for both the masculine and the feminine, don't be so caught up in what has already happened. Who hurt who said what, how it made you feel. And I'm not telling you to be in denial about those things, but if you truly want to be in union, you're going to have to, when you do communicate in love, and don't let your pride get in the way of you being in union with someone that could truly be the person that you're supposed to grow old with. So if this is truly something that you want, then don't let your pride cause you, to be, you're angry and you respond in anger, and so you don't let your heart lead the situation. But you'll know when the time comes what energy to bring into the situation. Okay? I hope this message has resonated for you. It certainly has resonated for me a lot. From the masculine side. I can see where I can definitely learn and pick up some lessons from what they're experiencing. But thank you all for joining me. I hope that this message resonated. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.